Hi everyone. Well, we're finishing week 2 of our online Bible study, No Other Gods. And I don't know about you, but I'm continuing to learn more and more about idols and effect that they have on our lives as we go through the study. Now here's a verse this week that really stood out to me. Genesis 16:2. So she said to Abraham, "The Lord has kept me from having children. Go sleep with my maidservant. Perhaps I can build a life through her." Abraham agreed to Sarai's proposal. Now you'll notice at this point that she's called Sarai. She doesn't become Sarah until God changes her name later in chapter 17. Both names mean princess in Hebrew. However, Sarai means my princess, and it's a very personal way to say it. Sarah means an exalted princess, almost like a queen mother. So when God changed her name in chapter 17, once again, it was a reminder of his promise to her that she would be the mother of many nations, just like Abram's name was changed to Abraham to show that he would be the father of many nations. But in this chapter, chapter 16, she's still Sarai, and she's waiting for God to make good on his promise to her. Didn't you find it interesting that Sarai, who was Abraham's wife, the matriarch of the home, she was the lady of the house with all the power and position that would have gone with that title in that day and time, that she would stoop to looking at an Egyptian slave girl as the answer to her problems. She was looking to her to build her family, to build her life through her. And Sarai was too blind to see that in this plan she thought that would bring her the solution she longed for. She really was sabotaging herself. She was desperate, and I'll tell you what, I can relate to what she did. I can understand it. She had an identity. She was known as Abraham's barren wife, Abraham's unblessed wife, Abraham's wife who God had forgotten. And she knew that God had what he had said, but she couldn't fathom how his plan was going to happen, especially when she couldn't see it happening immediately. She wanted to change her identity, so she started looking around for ways to make it happen herself instead of letting God do it. Just like Sarai, and I would say many of us, we walk ahead of God, and we, don't wait for him to address the situation. We do it in our own way. In fact, we feel like he's not going to address it at all. So we assume because he's quiet or he's slow to respond that he's not going to do anything on our behalf. But we have to remember that even though he's quiet, he's still working. It's just that there are things going on behind the scenes that require our faith in him, things we just can't see. And when we don't wait on him, when we try to fix things ourselves, we're actually sabotaging what he's trying to do. We're sabotaging ourselves, and we're creating consequences that would not be there if we would just wait on him. Because his plan is perfect. We just can't see it. It's like trying to finish a jigsaw puzzle on our own, and we can't see the picture, and the person who drew the picture is sitting right beside us, and they know where every piece perfectly fits. This week I really identified with Sarai. I frequently do exactly what she did, not waiting on the Lord and wanting my identity and wanting things to happen now. I constantly walk before the Lord, not letting him work. And I tell you what, I cannot wait to hear what you've been learning through the study this week. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night or talking with you tomorrow night on our Facebook chat at 8 o'clock. Can't wait to see you. See you then.